Hey,
Hello.
welcome. We are in Milwaukee. We're just got done checking out the Wisconsin Harley Davidson dealer.
Yep.
It's
All the
actually
vendors.
28 miles from the museum. So it's a little bit of a truck. If you're here, try to avoid any of that driving during rush
Rush
hour
hour.
in the morning and at night because it took us, it wasn't that far. Well, we're at, it was only about 22 miles from the campground that we're at. We're at the state county fairgrounds. So we're staying there. Very busy there, lots of
There's
people
Ramblin'
there.
Rome.
And this is unscheduled. I wasn't going to be able to probably get a video out tonight. Maybe it'll be out tomorrow morning. We just kind of went down and checked out uh, Wisconsin Harley Davidson. And the vendors are pretty much all set up there. We got some shots of it. It is raining here. It pretty much started raining this afternoon, probably around 1 o'clock, and it's been raining ever since. It's down to a sprinkle. They basically said between 7 and 8 o'clock, which is 7 o'clock now Central Time. So it should stop raining anytime soon. We're a little more west, is where we're at the Wisconsin Harley Davidson. We actually stopped at Chick-fil-A
Oh, wrong way.
to have some dinner and see what's going on. We got all soaking wet today. We had a major catastrophe. I think I'm going to start my next video coming out and saying good morning YouTube. Why? Because we're having as much trouble as Adam has with his truck, so are we.
Seriously?
We'll
How
have
you
a
doing?
video come out probably tomorrow morning, and I'll kind of explain our trip coming here, what we've seen. Seen a lot of bikers out getting wet. Had the rain gears on. One of the rest area, once it got, a couple times it rained so hard it was hardly to even see in front of you. These guys rode a lot farther than I would have. I would have stopped way before with a group. They ended up making it to the rest area, and they hunkered down there for a while. So hopefully they're back on the road. We've seen some of them pass us while we were sitting on the side of the road with our catastrophe. And so we'll tell you a little bit about that later.
And then setup was a kind of a pain.
Yeah.
It was raining and not much room. The spots are very tiny.
But we ended up taking electric and water only, trying to save some money. But it's basically a parking lot, and you got about a spot about as big as a car parking lot. We should have went ahead if I would have known, which I had no idea of knowing.
How big the spots
Because
were.
that's the only thing about what I've looked for this. There is nothing on that I can find on YouTube about Milwaukee, about an anniversary party. You know, where to stay, where to go, where to do. Nothing. I see a lot of stuff on the museum, but nothing else. So that's kind of what we're going to try to cover today as much as we can. We just got here late this afternoon, and with the rain and everything, we had to get all dried out. I took a shower already, and we're still not really set where we need to be, but it'll have to do. And then we'll see what we're gonna do tomorrow. Right now, there. If you're already coming, you're already coming. We've seen a lot of bikes on the road today. Probably a couple hundred bikes heading this way. Now we haven't been downtown Milwaukee yet. I wanted to see where all the big vendors and stuff are at, and I wanted to get out to House Harley or out to Wisconsin Harley first,
Jamie.
and I didn't realize it was that far out. You got to get down the 94 and go pretty much out of town.
There was an accident. It was raining. And blah 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 blah.
So we decided to eat, and we wanted to do a quick live because we did have a video out today about Buc-ee's and Wally's.
Wally's.
And actually, we've seen another Wally's is coming up the road here. There was another one, so they're actually popping up here. So we'll see what kind of discussion you have if you go back and watch the video that came out earlier this afternoon. And it was, we found a Wally's. It's similar to a Buc-ee's, so I don't know who's stealing whose idea.
I think Buc-ee's has been around a lot longer than Wally's.
Actually, I never heard of Wally's before.
Wally World.
Yeah.
That was back in the 70s.
Yeah, that wasn't a real place. That was
They
actually
just changed
it was
the name.
actually Six Flags out in California. That's where it was filmed at.
Wally season. Hi, how you doing?
So we got here, we're all hooked up. We got the electric, we got the dog. The dog's still surviving. He's had some more issues. He seemed to be, you guys watched the video today, seemed like he was doing really, really well. We started feeding him, things started looking good. Well, here we are back to the 3-day thing. And now we didn't see it. My brother-in-law and sister said that, and I kind of looked around the yard. I didn't see nothing. So I don't know. He said he got sick again. And but he was moping around, but she was gone, so I didn't know if he was moping because we weren't together or what the story was. So today he's not. It's travel day, so he's so today
Chilling out.
too. Getting used to. We still got the golf cart and everything in the back of the trailer. I should have took it out too, and I didn't think about it. Well, then after I looked at the map, they've got extra showers farther down, and you can only get there on a golf cart. So I don't know. We'll see how it all goes. So we got a lot of things planned. We got to get over to the museum tomorrow. We got to pick up our passes for the media so we can get into all the exciting things and show you all the great things. So we'll show you as much as we can while we're here, but we'll be putting more videos out, which I don't. It may end up being after the rally, maybe after Sturgis even. I don't know yet. Just depending on, they got some great stuff here. They've got. Well, we're actually going to get the interview with the Ives brothers are here. So we'll get an interview with them about their tight walking and jumping over the. Actually, they're the ones doing the jumping.
Yeah, they're doing the jumping.
And,
They're not doing the tight
so
walking.
we'll talk to them about that and see what they think about it. We may save that interview for Sturgis though. And they got a whole bunch of neat stuff that's going to be going on down here. So we're going to try to capture as much of it we can. A lot of you asked if we were going to ride with Adam Sandoval in. I don't think we're going to. And the only reason I'm saying no is because right now, as he's getting closer and closer to being here, he's getting bigger and bigger groups of people with him. These are not police escorted rides or anything like that. So everybody's just going to have to be, and if you get too many of them in a row, I think Adam was trying to get like 25 at a time breaking up. Because if you don't do that, then the police are going to come around and they're going to tell you that you're obstructing traffic and things like that with what you're doing. So we're hearing that possibly as much as 500 riders could be over there
Coming in with them.
in Kenosha down at the Harley dealer there. So what we're thinking about doing is maybe once we kind of figure out where everything's at, we're going to go over to the dealership, but I don't know if we're going to go there on Saturday and see what's going on there. But we will be probably, our goal is to be at the museum when he arrives on Saturday. That's kind of the hope. I've got to just kind of look at the time schedule and see what's going on and try to see if I can plan all that. Because he's not running perfectly timed. His first stop is always the best. Second stop, it's not. And especially if there's that many people there, it just kind of depends on the dealership. If they've got a bunch of events going on there, they've got vendors and they got all kinds of stuff going on there too. So I think it's just going to be a real mess. And just trying to get everybody lined up and get out of there. And we may not even cover any of it. If he doesn't show up in a reasonable amount of time, I know there'll be a lot of other YouTubers, which there is. I see videos every day coming out, 2 or 3 videos every day
On him.
on stops that he's done and all that. And we did ride with him. We rode with him in Panama City. We went out. Yep. And so we did that ride and we gave him some money and stuff to help out the cause. He asked us to come up for this one, but I don't want to deal with all that. We've never been here to Milwaukee. If this was our, 3rd or 4th year of being here, doing this, understanding where everything's at, would be a little bit better. But this is a first.
We're getting the lay of the land.
We've never been to the museum. We've never been to any of these dealerships up here. We do want to go to the one there in Kenosha because that is, we're hearing that's over 90 years, the same family has owned it. So that's kind of special. I don't know if we'll get an interview with them or not, but we'll try. And
so 6 wants to know if you're going to get to ride the new CVO.
Possibly. We've got a promoter. We got a corporate person that keeps rattling our cages and talking to us. And so we've reached out to him about possibly doing some stuff with the bike and stuff. So haven't heard. He didn't, as of when we talked to him a week or so ago, he did not know if they were even going to have the new bikes out yet. So we'll see if they're here.
I'm not sure where we'll be Monday. I know Monday for sure we're going to be, first stop is going to be the KMP Museum in Iowa. So we're going to go there. We've already got set up with her that we're going to be there. And I don't know if we'll make it to Clockworks after that or not. There was another.
I doubt it. We're probably
It'll probably
going
be Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't know yet. We'll see how it all goes, what time we'll get done there, and where but we don't know. We'll stay someplace around Mitchell, somewhere around that area. We'll probably stay. We also have the guy that we stayed with. We could stay there. I don't know if Brian Clockworks has got anything available in his little RV spots he's got. I think he's got 3 or 4 spots there. We can call him ahead of time and see if he's got something available and mooch off of him for one night.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what happens. We don't know like I said, we got Monday set up now. So here we're here till Monday morning. Monday morning we pull out, and then we have to be at the museum there in Iowa. We told her a certain time we're going to be there, and she set it all up for us to be able to. We're going to get an interview with her. She's going to show us some of the bikes and all kinds of neat stuff, and we'll talk a little bit about the Mecum auction, which will be auctioning the bikes off here and just a
September.
yeah, in September, not too far from now, about a month and a half from now, they're going to be auctioning off those bikes. So there'll be 300 of them. So we'll give you a little bit of insight on that. We'll give you the link to the Mecum auction site. So you guys, if you want to buy something there or just want to take a look and see, typically they'll let you, once they get the pictures, I think they said they were coming the 18th. I think she said they were coming to take pictures. So they'll be there the day after we're there. And then once they get their pictures and get them on the internet, then anybody can go online and look at them. You just can't bid on them unless you pay to bid. But you can already see like I went on the sign museum. They had what do they call that? Memorabilia.
Yes.
That they auctioned off a whole bunch of stuff, and I went on ahead of time and looked at it. And I should have watched the auction, but I didn't want to spend any money, so I didn't do it. So I don't know what everything's sold for. I only see the high things that sell for. There's some crazy stuff. People are paying like $300,000-$400,000 for a sign. And,
Six says she'd like to get the Captain American bike at the auction. That'd be a cool bike. Enjoyed the hometown video. Oh, the one in Redbud? That was kind of cool. That wasn't too far from where we grew up. There's Mike Bettine from Texas. A quick sidebar. Swerve storms coming, severe storms coming your way. Chicago getting numerous tornadoes.
Yep, we had storms today here. I only seen, she was on her phone. She may have missed it. I seen some lightning once. And it looked like it came to the ground, but it was pretty far away down the road. But it did rain. It rained really hard. They got, I don't know how many inches of rain they got here. But I mean, we travel, so it's hard to say where, we were probably going along with the flow of the rain.
That's cool. I hope you win, Rowan. He bought some raffle tickets for a charity there in Australia, hoping to win a bike.
There you go.
That'd be cool.
And so
nothing wrong with winning a free bike, right?
Yeah, I've entered a lot of those contests and I never won.
Never know.
You just somebody's
got to can't win unless you buy one, right? That's what they say about the lottery.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's almost $800 million again. You have to buy that magic lottery ticket.
Keep on dreaming. It's like most people, if it went for bad luck, we'd have no luck at all.
Well, we won $800 million. We only get about half of that by the time you pay taxes on everything on there.
Oh, yeah. Well, why would we want $400 million?
Yeah, we would have one heck of a YouTube channel. We'd probably have a jet that would actually say Bob and Tam's on it. And yeah, we'd have quite a YouTube channel. I have a film crew then to do it.
Yeah.
Pay somebody to edit it. Have better videos.
Yep. He says, you betcha, Tam.
I don't know. Doesn't look like we got too many people on, huh?
49.
50. Oh, more than I thought. I don't think we had it. It looked like it was only 9 on there.
Oh, no, it just hit 50. Somebody just came on and made our 50.
Yeah. So we're in Milwaukee, and we're here for the 120th. We already got to see the semi-trailer and just kind of looking around right now. We're just kind of getting a feel of the land. I'm not going to talk too long now. We want to get back over towards the museum, kind of look around there, go see House of Harley, kind of see where they're at, and then just kind of get a feel for what we need to do for tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll get up and look a little cooler in the morning, and then it's going to get, humidity's already climbing here. It's only like 69 degrees here now, but the humidity is still like 90%. So
yes, you did, Mike. He said he already won the lottery, marrying his lady in 2 weeks, in 2 days. Wow, it's only 2 weeks? 3 weeks, maybe. I don't know. I can't see. I have my glasses on. I wear his glasses. That says 2 weeks and 2 days. Wow, that seems really soon.
it's more than 2 weeks.
I think so too.
We get there on the 19th, so that's not till next week.
So 1, 2, 3 weeks. Because this Friday is the 12th, and you have the 21st, the 28th, and then the 4th. So 14th, 21st, 28th. You got a little more time. More time than you think. 120th anniversary Harley Davidson. Yep, that's where we're at right now, up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And they calling it their homecoming. We're at Chick-fil-A right now. Just had dinner. I could use an ice cream. All I had was soup.
Keep
There's
quiet.
a Walmart we have to stop
You
at.
missed what I seen there too.
Oh, is that?
There's a chocolate factory here someplace.
Have to find that too.
You may have gained a little bit of weight.
No, it was the humidity why I couldn't get my pants on.
Yeah.
I can't read that either. You're writing too much. We want the new CVO, but we just got the 23 Heritage that makes 5 bikes now. So sadly, no more room for right now. Yep.
That new CVO definitely does look nice. You know, I've had mine since 2014, and they really haven't done anything to the bikes since 2014. And so this year, for the limited, you know, they really went nice. I'd really like to ride it. We're going to talk to them about some other stuff about it, and we'll see what happens.
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And Neil's in town somewhere. I don't know where he is.
He's at a hotel.
But we
Hotel
had.
motel.
I didn't want to ask him to meet us somewhere because of pouring down rain, and I think he's only got his bike. So
Yeah.
I thought, well, maybe tomorrow we can meet up with him. I need to call Sherry too. She's called like a dozen times today. I don't know what's up. Goodness. So humidity. It was in Pittsburgh. Stuck to my legs. You're not buying that? I put my other jeans on and they went on just fine. So
it's starting to clear up outside. That's the drive-through.
oh, I guess that was they have lights out there. I didn't know what that line was.
It's for your party light there. Or you can party on the
I know,
patio.
it's still, see, what is that line? Oh, maybe it's that one out there. There's a pole. It looked like a line, like a, I don't know what it was. Anyway, that's the story.
I want to hear you talk.
There's Neil. He says, hey guys,
You want to know where you're at, Neil?
welcome to Milwaukee. And
Rain.
oh yeah,
It's only supposed to rain today. I've been listening to the station 103.3. It's just a talk station, but they've been talking about Harley. They've been involved over the last, I don't know, you said 15 years or something.
Yeah.
They've been going down to the rally and stuff and talking a little bit about it.
he was there for the 90th. He said he was a teenager or something.
So he was talking about it, and so it might be a good
Is she
station.
there with you?
Might be a good station to check out if you get to town and get a little information about what's going on. They've been talking a lot about it as we were coming in town. It's just a talk station. There's no other big thing right now. They fired a teacher for posting crap on Facebook. Anybody should know that anyway. You work for a company. You really shouldn't put the company's name down or talk about the company, because social media, most companies that you work for actually have a confidential thing that you can't. A lot of companies look for, what the company I used to work for was SoCal Gas. They got people on this whole floor that just search out stuff people are writing. Well, they do those keywords where if you put the name of the business in, somebody else I talked to that said they had wrote something on Facebook and tagged their,
Who's saying?
it might have been Tony that told me that. And then
Tony
he had to end up taking it off because they said something to him. And if you just took the tag off, they would never seen it. But
Etta Jones, Etta James.
Etta James saying,
Stormy weather. She also sang At Last.
that's not the song she got fired for. It's
No,
from Miley Cyrus song.
I was thinking it was the Kermit Frog, the frog
Yeah,
song,
but
and I was thinking
That's the song
my
that
kids danced to that
that
song.
song. That was the song that
Rainbow Connection.
the-
That's all over Channel 2 News here locally.
we ain't watching we ain't watching TV.
We don't have time for that. Goodness. They just mentioned you and who you were there. Oh, Neil, I guess. He was listening
Yeah.
secretly, yeah.
He was ghosting us.
Yep. It's a major pool. It's magic pool. I don't know what that says.
Magic poof.
Oh, we got some poof. It's magic. Oh, that seems to help.
So we'll see how it all goes. So we're pretty excited about what's going to go on, and we'll see how it all turns out, and we'll give you a big update on it. I don't know if we'll ever come back to an anniversary like this again. I don't really. Well, one, I don't want to do it on Labor Day. I think that's the time they do it any other year than either a 0 or a 5. They always do it on Labor Day, and a lot of people complain that they're doing it this time because which I don't know why. I like it that it was here because it's on our way to Sturgis, where I don't know what difference does it make if it's on Labor Day weekend or if it's, I guess it's a 3-day weekend if you're taking off, but then you got all that traffic and there's probably a lot of people come up here for Labor Day too, I would think, spend money. We're not too far from the Wisconsin Dells. We drove by it last time. It must be, are we still not nowhere near the 90?
No, we passed the 90. We were,
Mm.
we were on the 90 for a while. That's when we took off the 90 when we got
No,
here.
they said that, I think when we were up here last time coming across, we were by the Wisconsin Dells.
We did. We went right through it. We stopped in there.
That's why I said, but where it seems like it's still a lot farther north. I don't know. We came across Chicago and we stayed on the 90. I don't know what made us get anywhere near the Wisconsin Dells. Never been there.
It was on the 90.
Oh, somebody gave us a super chat.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Super chat. Let me go back here and the thing's got. Come on, go down
Just
here.
go down.
There it is. Super chat from Chad. Thank you,
Hey,
Dad.
thank you. What does it
you.
say?
Super sticker. He bought a super sticker.
All righty.
Well, I don't know. It's trying to hide all the. Okay, let's see. Where did the rest of there we go. We had some back.
I don't know what you did.
I don't know. It keeps wanting to hide
That's great.
comments. I was just in Sturgis, Michigan, that is.
We weren't there.
June's on.
Hey, June, how
Chad,
you doing?
You're by the 94. Yes, we are right here by the 94.
Good, enjoy yourself.
Okay, so yes, we are right by the 94. And June's on.
So how are you, June?
I'm done. I think I've done 6 or 7 of these and they keep getting worse. I don't know. One of the things I don't like about this already is that this is it's 28 miles to the museum. That's a lot of. No,
from where the vendors are.
Yeah, that's kind of like when we were.
Kind of like Myrtle Beach.
Well, no, it was kind of like Arizona when you go up there to where they have
Westworld and Cave Creek.
Yeah, and you got that long stretch you have to drive back and forth. So the odds are probably we're going to end up going there one day and that's it. Probably tomorrow when all the vendors are open, so we can kind of show you who's there, and we'll probably never go back. There's nothing I really need.
Yeah, we're planning on doing the 125th in 5 years. There you go. Bob and Dan, we're not really
Far, he's on the 100. No. We are at the 100th. Who's the Facebook user?
Bill Turner. He's up in Washington State.
No, he says he's on the 100th. He's here. He's on the.
We're at the 100th. They were at the 100th.
Oh, we were. Oh, I thought he meant he was on the 100th Street because Neil was saying I'm on 108th and 59th. That's kind of weird. How does 108th and 59th Street cross? TJ's on.
Yep. How you doing?
Glad you joined us. And we're just hanging out. We're getting ready to go downtown. We just got done going over to
get there before it gets dark. You better
Wisconsin Harley Davidson. We just checked them out to see what kind of vendors and stuff they have. They have a lot of vendors there. I didn't see any big trucks. I didn't see any JP Cycles. I didn't see any Rick Rack. I thought Rick Rack said they were coming, but maybe they didn't. Ciro, I didn't see any of that out here. But not saying they're not someplace else, because like Mexi Philly, he's at Suburban Harley, which we have no idea. We have to look that up.
Where that is.
And there's dealers, there's vendors, I think, at House of Harley. And I think there's vendors, I think there might be even vendors down by the museum. But I mean, I don't know yet. We've got to go down there. We're going to check it out. Hopefully get down there. We'll probably cut this off pretty quick and go down there and check that out and see what's down there. So we kind of have a little bit of a lay tomorrow.
Which way to go and what to do.
Because I want to try to hit as much as I can tomorrow, just so we got an idea of where everything's at. We can get back with you guys and show you, hey, here, if you're like, oh, it's first time, hey, where we're going to be, what you're going to do. We may be meeting up with, if you're watching other YouTubers, the Badgers are here Also, when therapy is here, we may meet up with them if they have a meet and greet. I think the Badgers are probably going to have something. We may tag on with them, uh, just for the fact that a lot of you watch them and them watch us. So,
Salute at 59th Street. He said if you take 59th, I guess it's 59th Street, all the way out, it'll take you all the way out to the lake, Lake Michigan, I'm assuming.
I don't know. We're hoping by the time we leave here, traffic won't be too bad and we can get back
Around
pretty
a little
quickly.
easier. Another new comment. Tomcat,
You just hit that to bring a new comment.
where's the Bucky's container? Oh, out in the car, in the
Yeah.
truck.
I don't know if you take it in. Oh, yeah, it's empty. I'm gonna put some of my. Did you watch the video on?
Bucky's versus Wally's?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I couldn't find my good video that we just
Yours.
did. We never finished it. We have some video, but I think it's on the hard drive that I left at home. I left the permanent hard drive at home, and I thought I had everything on this one, and I only had 21. Which that's Mindy. If you people catch it, that was our daughter that talked on that, and our oldest grandson. So that's why I put the year in there because he had a mask on, and that's because back then everybody was making you wear a mask.
So they said Suburban is a family-owned dealership. So is
That's
it
what we hear.
anywhere around here?
I'm assuming it is. Chick-fil-A is hard to beat. Yep. The price isn't bad either.
Talk is the Raleigh and the Wolverines are coming to Sturgis.
Talk to text is really the Wolverines are coming. Sucking. I don't know. I don't get it. Not quite sure.
Wasn't a bad video. Bucky's versus Wally's.
Yeah. Well,
Throwing probably things. I
don't know
don't
either
know.
one of them
Either
places.
one of them.
And but if you could, well, if you're flying in, I forget what you said. Would you come into the Sturgis this year?
No, not this year. I think
You
he's
go
talking
next
next
year.
year.
And it depends where you come in. Well, you've seen those other Australian guys and girls that
They
were up
flew
here.
into Vegas.
Yeah, they rented from Vegas. We're going to hopefully find them here. But we definitely know where they're staying in Sturgis, so we'll catch up with them in Sturgis. And they're talking. I think they're riding like 4,000 or 5,000 miles.
Mhm.
They're going pretty far.
Emery's on.
There's Emery. He's in the house.
Glad we made it. It was a long day.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about on a video. Too bad the Cardinals aren't in town to play the Brewers. Couldn't have
Oh
caught
yeah,
it.
that would have been cool.
Nah, because they've been losing. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, the Cardinals aren't doing real good. But I'd still watch my.
Unless there's nobody there. Any new info out on Sturgis? Other than a girl that was arguing with me this week that swore that Happy Hoyle is going to have
Demo bikes.
demo trucks. And she's like, they are. And I'm like, they're not. And finally, I just called Pappy Holes and I talked to Penny and I'm like, hey, you guys gonna have the vendor? You're gonna have the trucks out there this year, the demo trucks? No, not this year. Hey, thanks. Just wanted to know. And yes, they do have the pavilion out there and all that. I actually don't think they were out there last year. She says they were, and I'm thinking, I don't know. Yeah, the girl was on there. She says, no, they were there last year. And I'm like, I don't think they were out there. I think once last year when Harley took them out and put them out in Spearfish Canyon and Hill City, that's when they dumped it out there. I don't know. That was a deal Michael Ballard made, and he may be out of the time now, and that might be why they're pulling it out. I think it was a 4 or 5 year deal that they built that building, that 10 building there. Harley Davidson paid for it and put it up for him, and they signed him a contract that they would be there for so long. So it could be that time is up now, and that's, which it probably is, because it seems like it's probably been 4 or 5 years since they've been doing it out there, since they had that building built.
The tickets for the U.S. to Australia, LA, or to New York. Okay. They must have flew in. I don't know which way they flew in and then just went to probably LA, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
and then went to Vegas.
Someone argue with you? Yes. I don't understand. So I told the girl, I said, I spend a lot of time looking up, and I'm not always right, but usually what I don't like to talk about something until I do have all the facts and stuff. But somebody could tell us the wrong information, which that can happen. So yeah, I keep a big tab on this. I'm looking at all the, it's just like Michael Ballard. I can't believe he's been out there all this year. He's been out there for probably 3 months working on that place. And normally you don't see him till like a week before it starts. Jesse's usually out there really early, but he's doing a lot of concerts. I don't know if he's playing up here or not. He's playing just about every freaking rally that's coming along. I think he was even in Gettysburg the other day. I think
They
he
said
played out there.
Mustang Seats is in the same city in Thorntonsville or something where Suburban is.
Yeah, they showed. Well, I don't know. Some of you probably seen Mexi Philly, and Mexi Philly was showing a few of the vendors that were there, and Mustang Seats was there and stuff like that. I don't. My opinion would be like I haven't talked to Eli yet. I would think he probably went to Suburban because it was a lot cheaper. That's probably my thought. But see what they do with her bandanas. There's so many people that sell them. They almost don't even need to come to rally, and they're going to make good money. They have a really good business. They have a very good product that they sell. People love it. So it's just, just a good thing.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't know if he's been. I tell you, I didn't talk to
He's
Eli
been
a
up here
lot.
before.
Yeah, I don't know if this is his first year coming up here. Like I say, I don't know all the locations yet, so I can't say what's best, what's not. A lot of times you want to be where all the vendors are at because that's usually a one-stop shop. If I was going to go spend money, I'd rather go where all the vendors are at and look around and figure out what I want. But I mean, they're selling bandanas, so they really could be anywhere.
I guess the Wolverines either is a motorcycle group, a club, or a YouTube channel. Because the Wolverines ran into Adam a few days ago, and he's got quite the crew coming.
Mm,
So I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. The Wolverines
mm.
is a group of some kind. This year, the only Harley demo rides in Sturgis are Deadwood and Black Hills Harley.
No, Black Hills Harley does not have demo rides.
No.
No, they don't do demos from there. They corporate does it, and they're going to be out at they're downtown Sturgis. They'll be there. That's when you see Harley headquarters. That's what they're talking about. Is on LaSalle Street there. That's Harley headquarters. That's where they put all the stuff. They do the stunt shows. They do all that junk out there. That's always been downtown. I don't know. It's been a long time since they had. I guess when we rode the trikes that time, that was at the
Black
dealership.
Hills, yep.
Yeah, that's probably been.
And they had those Roxy Jeep things too, didn't they?
Yeah, that was back then. They used to sell those.
Yeah.
So yeah, they haven't had it at the dealerships for quite a while.
Probably
And
since
I think why they don't do it there is because it's just too much going on, too much confusion. Plus, it takes up some of their dealership,
Yeah.
or they're taking the parking lot away.
they
So
could get some money from the vendors.
yeah,
They've crazy trailers is on.
there you go. How was your Gettysburg? Was you happy with it? Must be close to you. Is it?
Yeah. Steven's on.
Steven's in the house and down there in Murder Beach. And how's the weather down there?
We can send this rain to you down there.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, and so I don't know who all will catch up with this week. If you watch the video
It'll
that
be
I
your
just
hair.
put up, yeah, no, I just quick shower. I was half soaked and wet and
Half dirty.
sweaty, and after working on the truck, I was all covered in dirt from laying on the side of the road. And
Grease.
Popo came by, and
Oh,
you
he
filmed
lives
the
in
Popo.
Missouri. Wow.
Did you film the Popo when he
I
came up?
don't think so.
Mm.
I
She was standing on the side of the road making sure I didn't get run over.
was telling people, move over. It was some of those, they were like, and I'm like, I was right on the white line. I'm like, you either hit me or hit him. You're going to hit one of us if you don't move.
So we're not telling you about that. That's going to be in the video that we're
Hot,
going to put out.
It's hot baby, huh? Not
It's-
ice baby.
It's been, we were just in St. Louis and it was miserable there too. Well, this
Call it
morning was like
misery.
that. This morning was like that. It was like only, I don't know, 70 degrees and the humidity was 98 and the dew point was 69. And I was sweating already before we ever left this morning.
They
7
said he'll
o'clock.
be back home on Sunday. Should have stopped through it and came through here then.
Where's he live at?
And he just said, what did I say?
I have no idea.
Missouri.
He lives in Missouri?
That's what he says.
Where do you live in Missouri at?
For a man, listen to yes, I was wrong. Healthy relationship with a female. Usually me that won't say I'm wrong. Yeah, and I'm from Alaska, but in Milwaukee. Yep. Neil's our snowman. He melts when it gets hot.
But he used to live in this area, so it's not like he's.
Yeah, you should have been used to this. You were raised in this area. St. Joseph. Okay. They told us, somebody told me on the video that we did Bucky's versus Wally's, that 3 years ago there was a Bucky's, a brand new Bucky's in St. Joseph's, and it faded into a Super Casey's. I guess Bucky's
So is that
didn't
true?
last there.
Somebody was mentioning that. I've never heard of it. I never heard of Bucky's till we went to Florida. Oh, I guess we seen on the way to Texas.
Yeah, it was all
To
through
Texas the
Texas.
first time we seen it.
What does that say? Darren's Harley Vlogs. Hello, hello. How are you? Is that what it says?
Yep.
Darren's?
Yep.
We just passed this town called, was it Darren? Darien.
I don't know.
Darien.
Hoping to ride in with Mr. Sandoval. I hope to see you all there.
There you go.
Well, we're hoping to be when he shows up.
At the
So you're gonna have to
museum?
really look for us because it's gonna be chaos. You know, if he's got 500 bikes there, you know, and that's probably gonna be more than that. I'm thinking he's gonna have a big turnout there because each one of the rides he's had these last few days have been bigger
We're
and
north of
bigger
that.
and bigger. So I just figure that and he's taking too much stuff too personal. You know, if he's running late to these dealerships and people are yipping and hollering, too bad. It is what it is. You know, the guy's doing what he
Things
can.
happen. I
And,
mean,
and any of you, well, probably the people that are complaining have never rode any type of trip because
it
shit
just
don't go right. Today was a typical example. We already started off wrong this morning.
from the get-go.
Yeah.
Just before we
Never
left.
got started. We're supposed to be in here at 2. We didn't get here till 4:30 or something. Then we had trouble getting in our spot. And that's a whole nother ordeal going on. And which is it's all right now, but I mean it's the guy next to us is in our spot too. And it's like, you know, whatever. I'm not
And it's not quite long enough, so the tongue's sticking out in the street. And we went up there and we said, it's not long enough. And they said,
out of all the spots, they could have put us right across the road from where we're at. And this guy there's grass behind. I got a fence behind me. There's grass. He could have pulled us. I could have backed, which that what that guy did. He was able to leave his truck and trailer hooked up, and he kind of jackknifed it in there because he was able to roll all the way back to his tires just touched the grass. So that would have been a lot better location. Plus, it was bigger because it was an angle spot. It was a lot better. Ours are almost like perfectly straight in. And of course, both sides already had people in it. Motorhome was on one side of us, and he's in where he's supposed to be. Well, he's over the whole time saying, "Make him move his trailer. Make him move his trailer." Well, the guy's got a cargo trailer with a awning on it. And what he did is the buddy next to him is must be with him. And so what they did is they moved it over to where they have more room in between their two trailers. And for first, he didn't act like he really wanted to move nothing. And we're like, we got to get over. I said, I need a place to put my truck. And so finally we got really close and they put the awning down and I was able to get closer. And then they're like, well, the other guy saying, you need to make them move, make them move it over, make them move it over. And it's like, you know,
so it's
pouring
actually
down
the
rain.
people on both sides of us that were arguing. And we're just trying to get in because it's pouring down rain.
And I don't need a lot of room. I just don't want my truck. We didn't know if I could park the truck in front of the trailer long ways. And they're act like they could care less.
Hi,
So
Mike.
I don't know. So
Good night.
ends up we are where we're at and it's fine. And the people next to us is kind of on our spot. But I mean, it's not the end of the world. I just know if I ever came back again, I would just pay them extra money and got the full hookup, which are bigger spots. And if I would have known this, but there's no information. Once again, this is information that we're going to give out to you guys.
So you'll know.
We'll walk around this park, and it's reasonable. You know, I don't know what somebody else is saying at the KOA. I don't know what KOA is, but I'll bet you it's over $100. But here it was like 80 something dollars with the tax per night. And now we had to pay 100 and something for Sunday night.
Yeah, for one night.
Well, it's because the earlier, it's like everything else. The earlier you book, the cheaper it is. So there's supposed to be a parade on Sunday, but they're predicting more rain on Sunday.
I don't know. Our Milwaukee tools actually made in Milwaukee.
I doubt it. Milwaukee tools are probably made in China. I think there's a
Maybe
Milwaukee,
once upon
China.
a time they were.
Probably where the office is at. I'll look it up.
They used to be, but not now.
Yeah.
That's what Neil said.
Used to be Snap-on used to be in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, that's right. I rode with them in Appleton, Wisconsin. There you go.
Adam's a great guy, and we like Adam, and we've been on his channel a few times. He's been on ours. I've worked at his
Rain
campground a
angels.
couple times.
There's ZZ Twin Cam. How are you doing?
And but it's just one. Adam's a lot older now. You know,
Just up with you.
and it's tougher now to do what he's doing. It's harder on his body and all the different things, and it's and I feel for him. I wouldn't want to do what he did and take on this challenge, but I mean he's done it. He's hit all the dealers that he said he was going to hit. Maybe he's late to some of them in the afternoon. Who cares? At least he showed up. He didn't blow you off altogether. And if you were there and you had to wait a couple hours for him, you tell me you never waited anything for a couple hours. You must have never went. What's that concert that he never comes out on time?
Oh, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah,
Axl
so
Rose.
he's definitely never been to a Guns N' Roses concert. last time my
Son-in-law.
went to it, they the concert was supposed to start at 10 or 9,
Nine.
and he didn't come out till 12:30 at night, and then he only played a half an hour and he left. And so yeah, so there you got a place to pitch because you paid
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Go to see Adam, you might have took a day off of work, but you didn't,
Do they start the concerts tomorrow? Do the concerts
Yeah,
start
it starts tomorrow.
Okay. Yes, they do.
All the action starts tomorrow.
Vermont is getting washed away. I know. I
Yeah.
saw that. That's horrible. And upstate New York, and then they were saying some crazy storms.
Well,
are
down
gonna
in
be
Arizona,
coming.
they said Arizona might be 118 degrees, the hottest time ever. Well, I've never been around our house. We've been over 120. I think we're 122.
127 was a couple years ago.
I remember that.
It was, yes, it was miserable because remember Death Valley was the hottest it's ever been. It was like 134. It was 2-3 years ago. Hey, Big J. Yeah, I know. They're all saying hi to each other. There's beggars and coffee. RV life is a different for life for sure. Yeah, yeah. Kind of have to grin and bear it, right?
Well, most of them you don't want to, you don't want to argue with people. It's just us two that are with them.
Just for you, Rowan.
And we're not here that long. Plus, we're never there anyway.
I know. That's what I told the guy. He
So
kept saying, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
Once, because at the end he finally came up again. He says, if you would need me to move my trailer, I'll move it over. Well, dude, I've already unhooked it. I'm gonna, that's probably why he said it. I'm not gonna move it. It's in there.
He would have pooped his pants if you'd have said, "Yeah, why don't you move over and then I'll reset it up."
And it's like, no.
Well, then we're trying to set up, and then here's the motorhome, and they're waiting for us because we're blocking the road, and it's like, oh my
Because
god.
it probably took.
And then we couldn't back all the way up to the fence because then we couldn't get the awning out. If we couldn't get the awning out, then you would have nothing but the trailer on it. It's like, oh my god.
Right next to me. So this spot was just a really bad spot.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we got stuck with it.
Our luck?
Yeah.
Milwaukee tools are currently manufactured in China, Germany, Mexico, and the United States, and I don't know what that word is. Looks like vegan. And 2005, company became wholly owned subsidiary from Hong Kong business, and now is electronics industries. Yeah, who wrote that? CJ wrote that. Whoops. I don't know. This is all messed up. Adam's not even going to be in Milwaukee yet. Adam's not even in Milwaukee.
No,
yet, is
he will
No.
not get there till Saturday. So Saturday, I don't know. I didn't look at his schedule to see if he's going to be there all day at the one in Kenosha. It's Yuka, Yuka. Like
They wanted to know if the black curtain behind us was the VIP lounge.
it is. You gotta pay to get in. See, there's a curtain to get in. No, it's actually, I think a lot of them are starting to do this now, to where the employees aren't allowed to eat out here with the real people. They have to go in there and hide behind the magic curtain. Don't look behind the curtain. Don't look behind the curtain. It's the Oz is in here.
But I think a lot of them did that because a lot of them used to have a kids area, and now they can't have that, or they haven't had it since COVID or whatever. So they roped all that off and made it into the area for the employees.
Yep. Definitely is hot in Texas. I've been seeing all that on the news too. We're getting the same stuff in Arizona when we left. It was 111 the day we left. Oops, where'd I go? Check this out. Eagles and Steely Dan in Detroit next month. Buy your tickets now. Yeah.
That's cool. No, we never saw Steely Dan.
I'm still letting Adam ride my new bike. He's got the drawing and pay no attention to the people behind the curtain. There you go. And so yeah.
Right.
So
almost an hour.
Yep.
45
So
minutes.
we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So we'll give you a whole lot more information. We're probably going to be doing some other lives, depending on what's going on and what internet is. Right now, the Verizon is super, super great here. And that worked out real good. Curious, do you two drink adult beverages? I don't ever recall seeing you two drink.
Not a lot.
Very rarely. One is
if we go to Twin Peaks, because they have ice cold beer.
Yeah.
I like cold beer. Other than that, I don't really like beer.
We drank some in Panama City. We drank some of the slushy drinks.
One.
And we brought a bunch of stuff to drink at one of the, out at Leesburg.
Yeah.
Never did any. Was going to make hurricanes and never brought all the stuff and probably threw the orange juice away by now.
Yep. Well, the guy even across from us had all kinds of homemade moonshine and banana. Was it banana?
Yeah.
Or pineapple? I don't know, some kind of drink he was going to make. And I kept wanting to go over there and
so we drink. I had Michelob Ultra the other night. Oh, we was at the Elks, and they
Oh
made us
yeah,
free, and she
I
had
kept some
Twisted Tea,
twisted tea.
and I had Michelob Ultra.
So
So
once
it
in
was
a blue
straight.
moon.
And
One, because I never used to get hangovers, and once I started getting hangovers, to me it's not worth drinking.
one we're working to, and even though this is fun, we're still
The
working. And we used to be DJs, and I screwed up some speakers one time by drinking too much, and turned a valve that I shouldn't have turned, and blew the horns out of it.
Yep.
And so that's the other reason I
Then you
don't
put
try to
light
drink.
bulbs in them after that, didn't you? You would pop the light bulb instead of blowing the speaker. You don't remember doing that?
I put a fuse in, not a light bulb. Put a fuse in it, a fusible ink.
I thought it was a
I'm
light
thinking,
bulb.
where the
There
hell
was
is
a light bulb in
a
one of them.
stereo?
There was a light bulb in one of them. I know there was. Bob can only find two ollies, so neither on my way to Sturgis. Nope. There was I guess there must be more of a, like right around St. Louis
Yeah, because
area.
there was one coming up in Illinois. It was around Springfield or something. There was a big
Well,
sign that
that
said there
could
was
be
a Wally's
interesting.
there.
Good
And
job.
I just happened
When
to
you get in
catch
there,
a sign.
it's easy. Wolfman Bob.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see how it all goes, and I'm kind of excited about being here and listening to the guys on the radio saying, you know, it's going to be a great event, and the people that come are all pumped up, and they're glad to be here. They're having fun and all that stuff, and that's what I like.
Joe.
That's one of the things that you see now. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for other motorcycles other than Harley Davidsons this year. That's my looking. I'm going. If I catch one, we're going to put one on camera. But if I catch the guy, I'll say, "Hey, why are you here? Right, made you move." Guy goes, "I just live down the street. I got to keep driving by. I don't have a choice. I got to ride my Suzuki. That's all I got." That might be. I'm just curious if anybody. Everybody always asks that, like Sturgis. Oh, I got a Honda. Is it all right if I drive it to Sturgis? You know, nobody cares.
No.
Ride whatever you want. People are riding spiders and slingshots and all this other crap along here, and people are driving cars to rallies. So you know it is what it is. You
That
come,
sounds cool.
it's you know, nowadays
up
we
with Joe.
just need people to support this kind of stuff because it's you know, this year has been really slow. Not as much people
Turnout.
coming to the rallies. The vendors seem to be pretty happy with it, but I mean, they're not going back to doing 2020 numbers like they did for 2021, but they're doing kind of what they did in 2019, 2018. But those are always off years then too.
I can see Bob in the sequin shirt and his Cuban heels doing the conga line. Nope, he just did the music behind the screen. He made all of us go out and dance, me and the girls.
I was
He was the MC.
That's right. I was in charge of all. I played perfect music and
You
choreographed. I was
kids are
very
just great.
well organized. Probably one of
Careful,
my
hit big
biggest
time. Thanks,
peeves
Bugnut.
is to keep things rolling smooth,
And do
delays.
things at the time you say you're going to do
Yeah.
them.
When I go to these rallies, I just pull my hair out. There's some stuff going on at the Buffalo Chip. Nothing bad, but I mean, there's just some lack of communication. And I'm like, I'm gonna go there. When I get there, I'm gonna like, you know, where's the guy that keeps everybody together? You know, that telling, you know, keeping track of what, you know, this guy's supposed to be doing this, okay, and this guy's doing this. And these are people that are in charge of stuff. So they come in every week and they have a meeting and they talk about what they're doing, but there's nobody to check that sheet off saying, you know,
That's been
hey,
done.
you're supposed to be doing this, right? Yeah. Why isn't it done?
Or what's the problem?
Yeah.
What do you
Could
need to
not
get it done?
Could you not get the product? Could you not get the wood? Could you not do whatever it took to build what you needed to build?
So Terry said he had his Indian here at the 115th.
Okay.
He's the guy that goes to Minnicum auction with us.
Okay. And like I say, I'm not saying that there can't be a different motorcycle here. I'm just curious to see somebody that did bring one here and talk to them, if I can. Because I figured this would be a Harley celebration. This would be the largest group of Harley owners that you'll find in one place.
What did they tell you to do when you couldn't find neutral? Wasn't there something somebody said to do and then you said, oh, now it's easier?
Oh, when I changed my compensator, it really
Oh.
made a big difference.
This is a brand new bike. That's Steven's new bike. He said he can't find neutral. He's got 375 miles on it.
I take it to a different dealer. Take it up there to the one up there in
North Carolina.
yeah, he went up there and said he liked going up there. Go up
Yeah.
there and have them look at your bike. You shouldn't have a brand new bike shouldn't be having any trouble finding neutral.
Maybe. They said maybe 1 or 2 drinks in Orlando. Wait, Tam, are you a groupie? Are you with a groupie? Are you Were you a groupie? No, because I DJ'd my own weddings
You
too.
know,
If you had a choice on a big bike giveaway and your choice was a Harley or an Indian, which are you going to choose?
I would say I'd probably take the Harley still. If I had a newer Harley, I might try an Indian. We're thinking about, depending on how my time goes this year in Sturgis, I'm actually thinking about taking the Indian out for the whole day. They told me I could do it last year, and we never ended up with any time. This year they said they would do it. I really want to take an Indian out and run the curves with it. You know, take it out the Needles Highway or Iron Mountain or something where I got some really good turns. Because it feels the little bit of that I've driven Indians on demo rides, which isn't much, seems like they're a little better balanced, and seems like, which a lot of bikes are. A Harley's really a touring bike. It's not really a performance bike, no matter what anybody says. They're more of a touring bike, you know, unless you got a chopper or something like that. But that ain't no touring bike. That's a drive to the bar and back bar. But it's you know, I'm not talking about a flat, you know, the old panhead engines and stuff like that. But I'm saying bikes today, most of them are more tour. Even if you had a Heritage or a soft tail, it's more of a riding bike. You know, like you're going to ride someplace on it. You're not really going to get out and not saying you can't do it. My buddy Art, he could blow me away on turns with his bike. He could really get into it. I do pretty well. I can keep up with most people and pass a lot of other ones up, but I'm no speed demon on it. I'm not going to kill myself on a bike. But people just told me some different things to do, and I probably should do a video on that, which helped me a lot when I rode bike, about how to ride a bike and how to keep it in your lane and what you need to look at and all that good stuff. A lot of you
I think
probably already
that's for
know that.
Steven. It says that if it has the cable, tighten the cable just a little bit and get some stretch to use it. I don't know if that was for to put it neutral or not. Meet up with you and swap bikes for a ride. Ramming stuff with Joe. Random stuff with Joe. He says he will. He's got a 22 Chieftain Dark Horse. There you go. I don't remember, was it a Challenger you rode? I think it was a Challenger. I did go to Beach Harley, but they would have to charge me.
No, they can't charge you for your bike's under warranty.
Charge me to do it,
They
but he
can't.
didn't. But I guess he did. He said he did, but they didn't charge him.
Oh,
They should have, but they shouldn't.
they shouldn't have
didn't.
charged you because your bike's under warranty.
Right here it is.
You have 300 miles on it. They probably wanted you to go back to the other dealer, but
If you get to take a scout out on Iron Mountain, that would be a blast. Oops. I'll go and say it's because areas and performance bikes that are killing their sales with the younger people.
well,
Yeah.
people just don't ride bikes like they used to. You know, a lot of these young kids that ride bikes, they'll get them to go to work, but they're not getting them to go, you know, which I've seen this for a long time. Our generation, baby boomers, were real big on being community type people. You know, they like to get with a group, like to get with the hog owners groups and ride with them and meet with them monthly and all the different stuff that goes on with that. And the younger groups don't want to do that so much. You know, they'd rather do stuff on their own, or they got one buddy they might want to go ride a bike with, but they don't really want to go on trips and all this kind of stuff. You know, and then somebody will say, oh, yeah, I know a guy. Well, yeah, there's always those guys. But I'm saying the majority of the people in my age group are, which is what the majority of Harley owners probably at this point is more into wanting that was their career. You know, wanted to, when we bought the first Harley, that's what I said. We need to do some riding with this thing. If we're going to spend this kind of money for a bike, I never had a bike that expensive. I bought a used one. It was only $13,000 when I bought the first one. And I said, you know, we're going to need to ride this thing. So we went down to the hog group. We joined them. Had a great hog group, and they rode all the time. And it got us to where we were riding 300 miles, 400 miles in a day, just going on a day trip, going up the coast of California, or going down south, or going out towards. We went all the way out to the Grand Canyon in 3 days, and that was like, I don't know, that must have been about, what's 250 miles to our house, and it's another 100 miles from there, 150 miles. So that was, yeah. So that was
close to 500 miles.
Yeah, each way, plus all the other crap riding we did around. So yeah, that whole trip we probably rode, I don't know, 2,000 miles, 1,500 miles easily.
Chad wants to know if there's still a barbecue planned at the Buffalo Chip.
Don't know. We had a sponsor and he backed out. So we're trying to see what's going on. We're going to do something. I just don't know what it is yet. They do have some grills and stuff there that maybe we'll just go out and buy some meat and just throw them on the grills and cook them up ourselves. I don't know. We had a caterer barbecue place that said they would do it, and the person that originally said they would do it at the last minute decided, well, I'd rather do something else because I said, well, how many people is going to be there? And we're like, well, I don't know, 30 or 40 people probably. And well, that's not very much for this much money to give to you for that. Well, you're the one that brought it up in the first place that said you were willing to sponsor it.
He jumped right
If
in.
you would have never said that, I wouldn't have never thought about you. And so I don't know yet.
I think a lot of people do. I think isn't Harley One Forever staying at Hog Heaven, and I think maybe Dave's Crazy Trailer is too.
Hog
You should
Heaven's
know.
not bad, but it's when we go through there,
Butter
it-
pecan,
it's a lot of hill.
really
And
rocky road.
where the trailers are at, it's out in the sun. So if you want the full hookups, or I guess they got full hookups there. I know they got electric and water. I'm assuming they were full hookups too. That they're all kind of like in that little valley, and they're kind of all out in the sun.
Yes and no. We're going to the museum to show the bikes that are going to be at the Meekum auction, but we're not going to be at the Meekum auction when they raffle them off or they auction them off.
The reason is because it's only 300 bikes, and that's a long way for me to go to fly in there. And as I say, I'd have to fly probably into here and drive over because ain't no airport in that town. And so it just isn't. What we have to look at now when we do events is it's got to be feasible money wise. Right now, our videos suck. We're not getting any real. This is probably the lowest I've been in 3 years.
Just you guys are watching. That's
yeah.
it.
and I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I have not figured out what's wrong with our channel, and I don't know. So I'm hoping here Sturgis really kicks it, and I don't know. If they don't, that might be our last year for Sturgis. Might be our last year for motorcycle rallies. We'll wrap up next year with Myrtle Beach, and that'll be it.
So random stuff with Joe says you'll be staying at Lamphere. There you go. Getting there on 8/1 and staying till 8/10. There you go. 10 days.
Yeah.
Wanted to take Chieftain out for John. Let me know. He said he'll let you know. I guess he can if you want to.
Okay.
He'll let you ride his.
It's
It's just time. I think it's not getting a bike because I think Lauren will let him ride a bike. It's just the time to do it. That's the problem.
Well, see, mainly last year, she wanted us to do it during the rally because what she was going to do was tell the demo truck to give me a bike instead of that way she didn't have to deal with one of her bikes going out. So, because I was like, she's probably the best Indian dealer that we deal with overall is Sturgis Indian dealer. And we really like her, and she's a lot of fun, and she's very nice, and she's great.
She's about 4'2" and just a firecracker. Oh my gosh.
All right, we're supposed to wrap it up.
She's talks like a sailor. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us today. We're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the homecoming Harley Davidson 120th anniversary. So if you're coming up, check us out. See if you can, let me see, I'll put this up real quick. Send us your information and we'll send you ours, and hopefully we can we'll meet up somewhere. Maybe do a meet and greet. If you check out the Badgers, we'll probably do a meet and greet with them.
Find out where they're at. I haven't heard yet. I don't know if they're when they're getting into town. I don't know when therapy what didn't pop up here tonight, so I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. You just leave that on there.
Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye from Chick-fil-A.